Hey, what's up to everybody out there? Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable Talk. I'm your host C Money, and today I have an um, interesting show. It's not going to be long because, as a matter of fact, I am in Orlando, Florida. You know, this is outskirts of hotspots in South Florida. Right now, I'm at Star Island Resort, which is in Kissimmee, Florida. Not Orlando. I refer to that Kissimmee, Florida, because I always get them confused. And I was supposed to do a show yesterday, but I didn't do it. I went to Fun Spot, and this was supposed to be like an episode of everything. I was gonna go live, but my device wouldn't let me, and my recording things that I normally do my shows with is I left them at home, so I'm using my actual like phone device to actually do this. So that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it now. This is Star Island Resort. This is in Kissimmee. It is near the Disney World area, because you know in Orlando most of the resorts and everything, ooh, it's flies, are either near Universal or near Kissimmee, I mean Disney World. And what it is basically, you know, Star Island is like a family resort. They have amenities. Right now, as you can see, I'm walking through the nature trail, which is one of the things. Let's see, Star Island Resort and Club Nature, a 0.5 mile. Etiquette, respect wildlife, never feed wildlife, use caution, natural habitat, only take pictures, please no trash, stay on the trail. I have on slides, so because I was going to get in the pool as well, because they have a pool. If you ever come to Star Island, they have paddle boats, they have a pool, jacuzzis in every room. Depending on what type of room you get, they have jacuzzis that's not in the room, outside and stuff like that. But due to COVID-19 protocols, majority of the stuff is closed. They do have a golf range, they do have mini golf. They have a lot of amenities here at the resort. And that's not only with this resort, several resorts in Orlando have amenities, because most of these resorts and hotels have amenities because you know, people flock to Orlando for the theme parks, and you want to have amenities at your resorts for people, you know, to actually have fun. There are regular hotels as well where you just have regular rooms and stuff like that, but they also have resorts where they have like jacuzzis in rooms. They have, you know, this one has a game room. You know, they have family activities you can do here, and they have a lot of this stuff. So it's lots of things to do here as well. I'm walking through the nature trail. This is actually my third time here. When I visited the last two times, I visited last year in 2020, and I did tell you about my visit, but I never talked about Star Island. But yeah, and this is a nice, cool place. We're gonna go back to probably the mainland. I'm gonna show you other parts of the mainland. Oh, and the thing about it was with Fun Spot. Let me tell you about Fun Spot. I like Fun Spot. The reason why I chose Fun Spot is because there are several reasons why I chose Fun Spot. Number one is because Fun Spot is more better than the actual theme parks of Universal and Disney World and stuff like that. Let me get through, because there's a lot of flies and stuff going through here. You know, you got to be careful when you're going through this nature trail. It's not a big nature trail. It's just a little walk around or whatever. When you go into Universal and like when you go on the Fun Spot, it's cheaper than Universal and Disney World. There's only like $50-something, close to $60 for a day pass, and you can also get a season pass as well. And not only that, the lines are shorter. When you go to Universal and Disney World, especially Universal, because I went to Universal last year, you're waiting almost 2 hours, up to 2 hours for a ride. And to me, I feel like, whoa, that's a lot. And then you got to get there at like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning to actually experience the whole experience with Universal, because they close like, what, 6, 7 in the morning, I believe. I mean, they close like 6, 7 at night or something like that. So you have to get up early to experience Universal. Well, Fun Spot, they close at midnight. So you can go anytime with Fun Spot and enjoy yourself. Like yesterday, we got into Orlando. Me and a friend of mine, we're here. And we got into Orlando. and then we ended up going to Fun Spot like around 8 o'clock. And then the man was like, oh, at 8:45 you get half off, which is like $30-something per person. You know, so I'm like, that's good. We went to Fun Spot Kissimmee. Now, Fun Spot Kissimmee, there are differences. Because later on today, I'll be going to Fun Spot Orlando. So there's a difference between Fun Spot Kissimmee and Orlando. And the difference is with Fun Spot Kissimmee, everything is like scattered out, spaced out, because Fun Spot Kissimmee sits also across from Old Town. And Old Town is like, the name says it all, Old Town. It's basically where they have a lot of shops and a lot of restaurants and shops and stuff, and you can buy things, you can eat, and most of the all of the shops in the buildings look like, you know, shops from the 60s and 50s and 70s. You know, that's why they call it Old Town. And when you walk around Old Town, like, there are some Fun Spot rides that sits adjacent around Fun Spot. Fun Spot sits on the south end of the Old Town, but on each side of Fun Spot, of Old Town, you got a Ferris wheel that sits in the front of Fun Spot, and you got a couple of rides that sits in the back of Old Town. Yeah, you got a bunch of Ferris wheel that sits in the front of Old Town, and then you got in the back of Old Town, you got a few rides and stuff like that. And all of that is included in your pass if you go to Fun Spot Kissimmee. Fun Spot Orlando is just one big thing, because Fun Spot Orlando sits near Universal Studios. So it's just one big park altogether. You know, it's not like a scattered park that's in between shops and stuff like that. So, and then Fun Spot Orlando has a little bit more stuff. Like, they have a gator spot where you can feed the gators. You know, they have a lot of more amenities out there. But Fun Spot Kissimmee is more of the kids can go get on the rides while we go eat or go enjoy ourselves at a bar at Old Town and stuff like that. That's basically what it is. Where we're at now is basically like kind of like of a beach type area. You know, as you can see, you got the volleyball place set up and stuff like that. When I first started, I was walking from the water area, but I'm going to go back into the water area, and I'm going to show you more of the water. You can see across the way there, that's the bridge to the entrance of Star Island, because Star Island is like Fort Knox. When you get to the gate, you have to let them know, you know, you checking in. You got to get them your room number and stuff like that. So, because it's like Fort Knox. This is an exciting place for me, because nobody can get in and get out. And then there's a TGI Fridays that sits on the outskirts at the corner of the entrance. So if you order anything from TGI Fridays, they can deliver it to your room, and that's perfect. And this place also has a convenience store and whatever. Like most resorts and most hotels, they do have like a little convenience store or snack area or anything where you can actually go and get the stuff. Right where I'm at now is where the paddle boats is at. You can see the paddle boats, where they're calling boat rentals, and that's where you can rent the boats and stuff like that. I'm gonna come over here because I went to the other part of the other area over there where you can see the other deck that comes out. This is also a fishing deck where you can actually go fishing. You know, some of the stuff that you see on the website, it may not look like the website, because on the website it show you they have an area where the people are fishing and stuff like that. But to me, you can't really fish over here, because if you see in the water, there's too many lily pads in the water for the frogs and stuff like that. And who would want to fish? And the water don't look clean at all. So who would want to, you know, fish over here when you got a whole bunch of lily pads? I did a couple of videos when I was here last year, but I never posted it because, you know, it was just like regular videos and on stuff like that. But, you know, this is cool. And across the way, you can see other resorts and other hotels or whatever. I don't know if there are other resorts, but you can see like hotels and stuff that also have decks where you can go out and, you know, you can be by the water and stuff like that. So this is cool. And then they have benches over here where you can, you know, I meant to do a video at Fun Spot, but you know, when you get to these theme parks, you know, and I reminded myself I was getting on one of the rides, and I was like, oh, I was supposed to do my show, but I didn't do it. But it's fine, you know. I'm doing one now, and then I'll give you an update with on a later video about Fun Spot Orlando and tell you how it is. Let's go this way. I'm gonna take you around. Depending on the time frame, I may not be able to give you all around the resort, but we're gonna go like somewhat towards the resort, like around like whatever. And the driving, oh excuse me, it's stuff falling from the tree. The driving range is over here and across the water. But for the driving range, you have to get up early, because I think they have until like 8 to like 9:30 or so, where you get a bucket of balls to do the driving range. I've always wanted to do it, but you know, when you're on vacation, you don't never get up early in the morning to go do anything. You always sleep in, you know, because this is around the time I'm normally at work or stuff like that or whatever, you know, when I'm working and stuff on certain days. But yeah, with this, you never get up on time when it comes to this. But I always, you know, I get up. I'm going to be hitting up the pool as well too, but you're not going to see me at the pool, you know. But everything, and I do apologize. I tried to do a live video with this, but it said, you know, I have a Galaxy phone. I'm sorry to say it, I'm letting y'all know. And they said that my phone or service or whatever the case may be is not supported by live videos. So, you know, I will have to use a webcam and stuff like that. But since my device that I normally do my shows on, which is my computer and thing, is unavailable, I'm using my phone, so I'm uploading the video, and I'll give you an update on everything when I do get back. I'm only here for a weekend, so I'm giving you a taste of what it is. But there are people like families and stuff like that that come out here. I don't know, this is, I guess, where the driving range is at, and this is where you walk up to the driving range. But I was gonna actually go do it, but since it's, you know, it's past the time for me to get the golf balls and everything, you know, I didn't have a chance to do it. I'm gonna cut through these. The thing about Star Island is it looks like apartments, but it's actually a resort. And you don't call it a hotel, you call it a resort. And this trail leads and turns around and go back the other way. So I'm just gonna cut through the grass because I don't want to go back the other way. Well, I'm gonna cut through the grass, and there's security on a golf cart, you know. They have to make sure, because if you do come, prices right now, normally the resort is like maybe $200 to $300 per night. But due to COVID, a lot of these resorts and a lot of these places are offering fair prices. When I did this online, the cheapest room, it was $98. And I was like, wow. And, you know, and it goes up depending on the type of room you get. So I say a lot of these places is, you know, right now is the best time to take a vacation if you have the money, because, you know, and with the Delta variant going up, and that's another thing I want to talk about, you know, because now it comes to the point where the Delta variant, like the cases are going back up. See, they have soda machines here, but they also have a convenience store. All right, good morning. Yes, where am I? Oh, I'm in the wrong way. You all right? You good? Oh, I went the wrong way. See, you go to I tried to go the way to get to the pool, because there's a way you can cut through to get to the pool, but I went the wrong way. But I'll just go, you know, another way. That's a B, but okay, that's fine. But yeah, this is, okay, that's the guard gate right there to get in. This is the check-in and registration area. But I'm gonna cross it. In the check-in and registration area, that's where the game room and the gym is at. If you want to go work out, if you want to go to the gym, that's where the game room and the gym is at. The only thing I don't like about the resort is check-in is at 4 o'clock. Normally when you go to a hotel, check-in is at 3 o'clock, and then check-out is normally at 11. But for here, the check-in is at 4 and the check-out is at 10. But you know, some people probably lean to 11 and stuff like that, you know, and stuff like that. But that's the one thing I don't like. But you gotta realize this is a resort. This is the gym area, and on the other side of the gym is the game room. You know, because the game room is. And the one thing that I say that's I find kind of weird is how you can only access. They have a jacuzzi and a sauna and steam room, but you can only access them through the entrance area of like where the hotel registration at. That's where the jacuzzi and the sauna and stuff is at. And I'm like, I don't get that. Oh, right over here is the pool area where I'll be at after a while. This is the pool area and stuff like that. They have 2 pools. And they also have an outside jacuzzi as well. They have an inside jacuzzi, but nobody really uses the inside jacuzzis because technically you have jacuzzi in your room. And then they have an outside jacuzzi near the pool area. And then they have, that's a tennis court, if you was wondering what that was. That's a tennis court. They have a tennis court, you know, you saw the volleyball court. They have a basketball court, which is somewhere, I think, near the nature trail where I was at. And then you get all of these stuff at the pool activity area, like the pool. They have like a pool booth where you can get all the like the golf balls for the mini golf and the putting, you know, for the mini golf, for basketball and stuff like that. They have a lot of this stuff. Where I'm at now is like the lake that sits in the middle of everything. They tell you to beware because there's alligators and snakes. And on my way coming from my room, I did see like a mini alligator, which was frustrating because, you know, but hey, you have to realize, you know, there are fish, you know, there are going to be critters in here, especially in the nature trail. And right across the hall from the pool is the marketplace in Delhi, which to me I call the convenience store. But I've been calling it the corner store for the longest because, you know, it is a corner store basically. It's the corner store, you know. If you can see across from the tennis court, that's where the playground is at. I'm going to show you where the mini golf is at as well, because they do have a mini golf. And I'm going to do another update. I'm going to do maybe a part 2 of this. This is part 1. So I'm going to do you a part 2 version. We're going to go to, I'm going to show you the area. It's kind of like a maze. If you don't know your way around Star Island, it's kind of like a maze, but it'll be understandable. So I'm going to show you. See, this is the activity center. That's where you get the towels for the beach. For the pool. And you get, they got hula hoops. They got basketballs for the basketball court. They got the little golfing putts for the mini golf and stuff like that. And then if you want to buy snacks, you can buy snacks. If you want to rent stuff, you can rent stuff. That's all here, as well as the activity center. And this is where it's called Celebrity Mini Golf, and it sits right over here. If you see where the lights at, it sits right over there. And this is where the playground is at. I'm gonna go this way as well. They have a little kiddie pool and they have an adult pool. I'm gonna sit over here for a second and show you everything else. Oh, I'm trying to see how you get in here. Oh, I have it. You know, I had the same problem last time. Oh, and look, as you see, they got a chest set up on the ground for chess, and this is Connect 4, which oddly the Connect 4 was on the 2nd floor of where there's a bar, because they does have karaoke here on certain nights. On certain nights. They have a TV channel that lets you know all the amenities when in your room, so you can know everything, and they let you know if you want to do a wedding here, you can do a wedding here. They have them. They let you know. They have a TV channel here that lets you know a lot of stuff. And it's a pretty cool resort. I like it. You know, this is where I prefer to stay. When I first came to Orlando back in 2018, well, not my first time, but as an adult, you know, when I was grown, and I took a vacation back in 2018, I stayed at a regular hotel. But me and my friends stayed at this, you know, because we wanted a bigger room, and we were supposed to be more than 2 or 3 people and stuff like that. So it was nice. And this is, you know, the paddle balls. I guess you can get the paddle ball. You don't have to bring nothing. They have everything. They have the paddle balls for the paddle ball, the mini golf for the mini. They have a lot of shit. So if you want to do everything, you can do everything. This is part 1. I'm gonna actually do a part 2, and I may do a fun spot video. If not, I'll talk about it later. But this is the Roundtable Talk. I am your host, C Money. We are at Star Island Resort in Kissimmee, Florida. Check out their website. Look them up. Check out their amenities. Come out and enjoy yourself and have a good time. This is a Roundtable Talk. I will see you on part 2. Have a blessed day and stay safe.